What's up, everybody? What's up, and welcome back to On the Warpath. It's your boy Sanchez 405. And if you're new, make sure you click that subscribe button and hit the bell so you get notifications anytime there's new content posted. And as always, like, comment, share this video out because you know what we do here, family. We talk about the Commanders all the time. And it's Warpath Wednesday, so y'all know what it is as we dive into the early preview for our Commanders and the week 3 matchup. Hard to believe we're already 3 weeks into the regular season as we see Frost 40 below. What's up in here? And Chris, what's up, brother? What's up? What is good? Finally glad to see you in the live. Our favorite Cowboys fan in the live. Well, one of our favorite Cowboy fans now because the Mrs. So we got 2 now. Not gonna say who first, not gonna say who's last, but it is okay. And T Coop, appreciate you retweeting this on Twitter and got some fun things for you today. We got some fun nuggets I was able to find, able to watch the Bills and Raiders. And to be honest with you, didn't really learn much about the Bills in watching that game against the Raiders outside of their problem offensively. That's something we already knew. And their defense can be quick. And we've got a lot of familiarity on both sides. We talked about it last week. For the second week in a row, we go up against a team and a defense that Eric Bieniemy is very familiar with, but also Ron Rivera and company are very familiar with that staff in Buffalo. Sean McDermott was the defensive coordinator when they went to the Super Bowl. Eric Washington, who's the defensive line coach there in Buffalo, he is he's the defensive line coach of Buffalo. He was the defense coordinator and defensive line coach for him in Carolina. Mike Shula, who's the OC down there in Carolina, he's also on there as a senior offensive assistant. And Ken Dorsey, who is the offensive coordinator now and the play caller, he was quarterback's coach in Carolina. So a lot of familiarity there. So it's gonna be a family affair, and they've already kind of prodded the needle as well because this is gonna be alumni homecoming weekend, and we saw that if you haven't seen the press release for it, 175 alums coming back on Sunday to watch the Commanders play. Excuse me, y'all, as I got allergies, so you're gonna have to work with me if I cough through this. Yeah, man, got the night off. I appreciate you, bro. Just finished watching BS High. I'm inspired. I hear that. Inspired to make some better bets. You better listen to me. I got 3. I'm gonna give you 3 this week because I didn't like a lot. Did not like a lot. Let's see here. Bills got easy week 2 to recover from being embarrassed in week 1. I hear that. And let's see here. What's up, Teddy? RFK is in play. Let's go. We must start fast against Buffalo. Yep, that's right. And then salute team. What's up, Seven Hills Loft? All them hogs are feeling good. Did you check on your boy Sambuca? Yeah, we saw him, man. He was slinging Sammy out. He's gonna be key if we played it on Sunday. And then Patrick Hernandez brings us back down to earth. Don't think we win without Deron Payne. Looks like I think they just kept him out of practice for precaution, but we'll see. I'm not really concerned about Deron until like Thursday or Friday. Now, if they say Friday, he's like doubtful. Excuse me. We're gonna have some problems. We will have problems, and I mean, he's a key contributor on that defense. And I think right now, playing as the best interior defensive lineman, which that kind of goes hit and miss between him and Jonathan Allen. But I think you got guys who could come up there and step up. You got Abdullah Anderson, who I think has played pretty well. So, we'll see. But that's what you got to do. You can't be concerned with guys who aren't playing. You got to play with guys who are there. Unfortunately, you like to have pain, but sometimes you got to win games without these elite players. Look at Buffalo on defense. They don't have Von Miller right now. They won a game. And what's 7 lost said here? Let's see here. I believe they're going to do very well. It's a new team. It's a new game. I'm telling you, I definitely believe in this season for these boys. I can't wait. I just can't wait. I hear you. And we take a quick look at Buffalo here. And we know that Buffalo comes into this game 1-1. They lost in week 1 in New York. Josh Allen threw 3 picks in that loss. Did score a touchdown. And then they won last week against the Raiders, dominating them 38-10. I'll tell you what I learned from that in a minute here. But I wanted to start with Ron Rivera and his press conference, too. He got up on the mic today and met with the media, and there was a very calming tone to Ron Rivera, a very at peace. And we kind of talked about this early on. I think we talked about this with Paulie, and he's comfortable. And, the fact that he's letting his coach, it seems like he's letting his coaches coach, a la Bieniemy, a la Jack Del Rio, and Ron's being the CEO. He seems like he's comfortable. He even made a comment. He made a joke about the previous years, and they talked about Cam Cheeseman. They did try out 5 long snappers. They're going to stick with Cam Cheeseman because they didn't like what they saw. I didn't like what I saw from the All-22 film when he literally boot scooted a ball back to Tress Way on that first miss from Joey Sly. So they got to get that worked out. But I think it was Standick who asked him about the long snapper trial, and he's like, "Yeah, this is a very serious issue. One of the more serious issues outside of quarterback that I've had to talk about that's on the field." And that was definitely a swipe at Dan Snyder, because he even corrected himself and said, "That's not to slight anybody from the seriousness of things that went on beforehand." So, I mean, okay, Ron, I got you. Let's play chess. And I kind of alluded to this before. I said, once you get this guy the ability to coach without having a dark cloud over his head, maybe he can make some leeway. And they did that. So, you got a big test this week in the Buffalo Bills. Sam Howell got up there talking about some correctable things that they can do and how they're meshing together. Ron talked about the growth of the quarterback room. And I don't think we give a lot of credit to Eric Bieniemy on the development of Sam Howell over the first 2 games of the season. But there's also another guy who's very new to the process as well, and that's Tavita Pritchard, who is the quarterback's coach, guy who came over from Stanford. He was offensive coordinator there for years for Dave Shaw. And once Dave Shaw left, he left. And he seems like he's working well with these QBs. And whatever Sam is doing, they're getting it corrected. So shout out to Tavita Pritchard and what he's doing in this offensive room for the Burgundy and Gold, because I don't think he's getting it. I really don't think he's getting the credit that we need to give him as a position coach for Sam, because they're going in there and you can see from the Cardinals game to the Broncos game, some of the mistakes he was making, they have been corrected. And I mean, that's kudos to him, to the position coach. So Tavita Pritchard, first year guy who I think was handpicked by EB. So shout out to him. And we will now refer to Eric Bieniemy as the round mound of offense on this show. So make sure If I ever say the round mound of offense, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, if we ran the ball umpteen times, I would love to call them the round mound of ground and pound, but that might be a pause moment there. So I don't know. But anyway, let's get into why we're all here. The Buffalo Bills come a calling to FedEx Field, 1:00. That's on CBS. And for the first time, Washington is 2-0. They're looking to go 3-0 for trying to get to the 3-0 mark for the first time since 2005. Joe Gibbs and company. And it really went the same way, too, if you believe in parallels, right? In 2005, we were at home, played an ugly game against the Bears in 2005. We did get a quarterback switch in that game, but it was Patrick Ramsey out for Mark Brunell. Mark Brunell ran the rest of the season, but was an ugly game, winnable game against the Chicago Bears. We won that game, and then the team in comeback fashion in week 2 against the Cowboys, down 13-0, didn't score anything until the fourth quarter. Then the light clicked on. Does it sound familiar? Maybe, I don't know, this week against a team like, I don't know, the Denver Broncos, at the Dallas Cowboys. They were down, looked dead in the water. They came back, although it was a lot more coming back than before. It's still a parallel there because we had to come back in this game. And now we welcome home the Buffalo Bills, although it's not an NFC opponent. It was the Seattle Seahawks back in 2005. Played them in an overtime thriller, 20-17, as I believe that was Nick Novak who kicked the game-winning field goal in overtime, and that was when you just needed one field goal to end it. So looking to get that first 3-0 start is the Burgundy and Gold since 2005, and we hope that we can get that. And we look at this, the last time we've played, and it seems like we played Buffalo a lot in the last few years because we kind of have. If you think about it, over the last, 4 or 5 seasons, we played them 3 times. Played them in 19. We've played them every other year since 2019. We played them in 2019, 2021, and now 2023. So it's very common. So that's over a 6-season span for a AFC opponent. So we should be somewhat familiar with them because Josh Allen's been the starter. Sean McDermott has been the head coach there. And they're doing the same thing. Josh Allen has grown and looked like they were dead in the water in week 1, but they've bounced back since then. And the other ugly thing is we've only beat this team once since 1991, and that was the Super Bowl year. They have won the last 8 out of 9 games against Washington. Granted, only a handful of these have been in DC. I believe the ones I can remember is the 2015 game that we won, and Kirk Cousins, you liked that season. Then we lost to him in 2007. That was the Sean Taylor game. And then 99, which that was a season where we were dominating. So here's another parallel for you, boys and girls. Every time Buffalo comes to Washington, we go to the playoffs. There's another parallel. The last 3 times Buffalo's come to Washington, we've ended up in the playoffs. 99, 2007, and then 2015. So there you go. Write that one down. Fun fact. See, this is stuff they don't tell you on the mainstream, on the X and everything. This stuff Corey just figures out on his own, counting his fingers and toes there. And let's see here. Looking to get a 3-game home winning streak for the first time since the year of our Lord 2018, where we won 3 games in a row at home from September 23rd to September 21st. So it was that Green Bay game. I know that Dallas game was mixed in there. And then who else did we have? What's up, Hawk? I'm trying to remember that third game. Who was that third game? I don't know, but we'll figure it out here in a minute. But Alex Smith was the quarterback. Sounds like Ron's job will be safe. Yeah, I mean, I would think if they continue on this trajectory, Ron will be back if he wants to be back now. What's up, Yam? HTTC all the way. Domo arigato. And what's up? Big Simple, we lit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are lit. But I'm still trying to figure out who that team was. Ha 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 ha. Hawk Rocket Haiku PFP. I'm gonna see who this is. I'm bothered now. I need to know. 2018, because I'm gonna be mad that I didn't know this. So 2018, and I've got to. Who did we beat in those 3 home games? It was Packers, Cowboys, and somebody else was in there. The Panthers. That's right. It was the Panthers. Right. Gotcha. Would have been 4 if we had to beat Indianapolis that game. But, okay, yeah, the Panthers. Ron Rivera and the Panthers. Interestingly enough. Look at that. See? We find parallels all over the place. So, what I was saying, yeah, we're looking for our first 3-game winning streak at home since 2018. I couldn't think of the 3 teams. I knew the teams that were the bread of the sandwich. I knew it was Green Bay and it was Dallas, but I overlooked the Panthers as the other team. We won 3 home games in a row during that stretch, Jay Gruden's penultimate tenure. Let's see here. Let's see. There's no way Harris let EB out of the building over Ron. Don't know. We'll see. But that goes to another question. Does Ron still want to be here after next year? Don't know. Those 2 questions. I ain't worried about it right now because you got Buffalo. So I ain't worried about what they what the future is at the head coaching spot. All I know is Ron Rivera's the head coach. EB's the offense coordinator. That was the game that cost Ron the shot. No, that one wasn't. The next year it was. Yeah. Let's see here. We're gonna whip the Bills' butt on. I hear you, Tony. And let's see here. Yeah, just had free period before going back to class in a little while stopping by while I can. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Some Bills fans are talking crazy. Hey, man, Big Simple, I think some of our guys are talking crazy now, too. So we talk about the Bills, 1-1 on the register. And I look at this as a game where we can't afford to go pitch and catch with them. We can't afford to go slow. We can't start off slow because this is a good team. This was a team who was in the AFC Championship game a couple years ago. They of course they were unceremoniously exited out of the playoffs last year, but they did host 2 playoff games. They were number 2 seed in the AFC for a reason. And they have had some changes now. Leslie Frazier was defense coordinator. Sean McDermott has taken over all those nooks and crannies now for the defense, calling the defense because, he's got to run his team. What's up? What's up, Dubs? Yeah, smash that like. Yeah, y'all, if y'all are new, make sure you smash it. If y'all are old, make sure you say, well, not old because old that's not fair. Like, that'd be like talking about like somebody like Roger being old or something like that. And he ain't old. That's what he tells me all the time. If you're part of the family already, make sure you hit the like button as well. Oh, speaking of the devil, there's Roger right there. Like I didn't know. Bills are overrated. No Von Miller, no Von Miller, like we talked about. No Leslie Frazier, just like we talked about. They don't run the ball. They can't stop the run. If we run it, keep Josh on the sidelines, we can win. That is another thing I noticed about them. They're good at time possession. Granted, they played with the Raiders, but they doubled up the TOP on the Raiders. They were, what was the number? 4 minutes and 4 seconds compared to 19 minutes and 56 seconds. And also, I noticed on this opening drive, the only drive that the Raiders scored a touchdown on, they scored it primarily on the strength of their screen game. And they went away from the screen game once it went behind, which I didn't get it because they had the Bills on their toes. Like, go back and watch that drive. They ran about 2 screen plays that got them probably about 40 to 50% of their yardage on that drive. And that was on the opening drive. I don't know if Scott Turner got a hold of the Raiders script and decided to change it for Josh McDaniel, but I thought it was bizarre, to be quite honest with you, that they went away from something that the Bills were so susceptible to doing. They did break up one play where Micah Hyde came and got the interception on the screenplay, so they may have went away from there in that respect. I don't know, but it is Josh McDaniels in that situation. They do have some notes. Dawson Knox, who's a good red zone threat for them. Good red zone threat for him. Since 2020, he is tied for third in receiving touchdowns by a tight end. So he's a key red zone threat right there for him. 19. He gets those. He starts up those yards in the red zone, gets those touchdowns, and he looked for him twice. Josh Allen did. Hit him once, and then tried to hit him on fourth down, and the ball was out of the reach of his hands there. So got to watch out for me. We have been susceptible to good tight end play. That's still something we have yet to figure out. And going into the NFC, when we start our NFC East play, we've got some good tight ends there. We talk about Dallas Goedert, who we'll see next week, but we don't really care about him. You talk about boy from Tattoo from just came over from the Raiders. That's up there in New York, Waller. So you talk about him, and then you've got whoever Dallas has up over there. So they can make it work. Let's see here. I feel good that EB has been in these big games before. And let's see here. They're actually defense with the run, not great, but not weak either. They're like a middle of the league run D too. Let's see here. Mr. Cool says, I can't think of a better game to test our abilities. I have us winning by 3. Sam Howell has a novelty that will be the Achilles heel of the Bills defense. I hear you, pal. We look at it right. The Bills so far this year on third downs on defense, because you bring that up. Oh, my order shipped for Roku. That's good. Y'all, shut up. Just random thing. So if you have an issue with your Roku stick overheating, Roku will supply you a dongle to help with that overheating thing. So hopefully this works for us. So it just random, because mine was overheating, and Lord knows you don't want your heat over. You don't want your stick overheating when you're watching ball games and stuff. Pause. But anyway, back to that. That's just a public service announcement for you. So 8 of 20 on third downs is their defense. 40%. Give them up 40% in that situation. Pretty good. They've only given up 2 offensive touchdowns. Like, I don't like people. I get the quarterbacks that they're playing, the offenses they're playing. They've only given up 2 touchdowns. They gave up 1 on the first drive, and then I think they gave up 1 late against the Jets which they had been preparing for Aaron Rodgers. They were, they let Zach Wilson in them, and they played that. Wait a minute, I don't even think, is that right? Yeah, that's right. They gave up a touchdown. Defense have given up 2 touchdowns, one against the Jets, one against the Raiders last week. Special teams lost that game for them at the end. Let's see here. I think we crushed them. The 3 safety look is key. Spy Josh, and the third safety plays like a robber roll to patrol the seam routes to the tight ends, bracket digs, blitz occasionally, 5-man front look too. I hear you. Let's see. Yeah, you're right, Chris. Make them uncomfortable. Y'all can watch this tape on us when y'all go up there to Buffalo. Did you hear about the? Yeah, I heard about that. His house getting raided and everything, and he had to resign. I don't know what's going on. You know what? I feel bad for the Bears, but doesn't it really feel good that we're not the center of stuff off the field? Like, that feels good. I feel bad for the Bears and their fan base, but I like not being in the news for this is stuff. This is crap that would have happened to us a year and a half ago. But hopefully everything gets solved out for him. Hate that for Alan Williams, Virginia boy from Norfolk, and went to William and Mary. So, hopefully everything works out for him. Now, I worry about Allen exploding middle short game. Exploiting, excuse me. Not explode. I can't read right now. Middle short game. It's been patented issue with JDR's defense. Yeah, we saw that last week. And our linebackers are still underperforming in those regards. Just my 2. I hear you. Oh, damn. Didn't know that. Well, did not know that. All I know was he got raided. Holy crap. Never mind. If that's true. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Ooh, wow. Ugh. I feel bad for the Bears because they got that unwanted attention on them. But, that's ooh, God, that's rough. Anyway, let's see. Also, I looked at this too, kind of doing some work. So I looked at the Bills' record against NFC opponents since Sean McDermott's taken over. And it's good. 18-8. He's been 4-1 over the last 2 years. Back-to-back years, he's been 4-1 against the NFC. They lost at home against Minnesota last year, but they beat the rest of their opponents in that regard. And the year before that, they did the same thing as well. And since we went to this 5-team thing, I don't think they've lost to that 15 that they get out of the NFC. So that would be us because we've been that team twice for them. No, just once. We've been once for them. What else we got here? But 18-8 versus the NFC and playing the NFC East. Again, he was 3-1. They were 3-1 against the NFC East back in 2019, with the lone loss coming against Philadelphia. Let's see here. Yeah. They also cut their backup quarterback. Whew. Are they New England? Yeah, you're not lying about that. I was getting tired of all of them. Yes, sir. Say, yeah, I'm from Japan. The 3 sectors specifically for what you stated. We must control the middle of the field. Davis and Barton are sus. Hence the help from the 3rd safety. I hear that. Yeah, that was a crazy game. Jamie Davis will be a key factor in this game. And let's see here. What's up, JB? 30-24, hitting the over. I see you there. And let's see, I'm old enough to remember when you could pretty much mark an AFC game up as a win if you were an NFC team, especially NFC East against the NFC North. But now so much has changed. That's right. I'm just old enough to remember when the Cardinals were in the NFC East. They good? Like, is that good? That make me a little bit older. I remember that. Let's see here. Also, we did get the injury report for our guys and the Bills, which I got to go back and find it. Like we know, Deron Payne was on it. He did not practice with the ankle. Logan Thomas is still in concussion protocol, and he didn't practice either. Quan Martin working his way back. He was limited in the concussion protocol. Nick Gates, Brian Robinson, Curtis Samuel, they have injuries, knee and 2 hip injuries, full practice for both of them young men. And then it looks like Leonard Floyd has an ankle injury. He didn't practice. Micah Hyde didn't practice with a hamstring injury. Dawson Knox, back, did not practice. Jordan Phillips, illness, did not practice. And Terrell Bernard, he had a knee quad injury. He was limited. So, okay, we're good. Did not protect. So, 2 of the guys I talked about, they weren't in practice. They didn't practice that. Granted, it's Wednesday, but we good. Let's see here. What is the better chance we get this season? AG or B-Rob getting 1K rushing yards, or having 3 receivers getting 1,000 yards? I would lean towards the receivers because I feel like 1,000-yard running back in the league, unless you like going like 1,700 yards or something like that, it's just like, man, now like 1,100 yards to a receiver or running back, man, it's just like, oh, okay, whatever. So I don't think they're going to give Gibby the ball as much as a running back, and we kind of saw that on Sunday where they used him more in the passing game. He had 44 yards through the air. So that's key right there. So I don't really think you would have 2 guys that get 1,000 yards rushing. What do y'all think? Let's see, I remember when they were the St. Louis Cardinals. You got me there, Mr. Cool. You got me there. I just remember. I remember when I remember when the Baltimore Ravens were the Cleveland Browns. Can we do that one? Yep. Yeah. We'll do that one. And when the Cleveland Browns weren't in the league. Hey, what's up, Yimmy? Yimmy remembers when they were the Chicago Cardinals, probably. I remember Gary Clark going to the Cards, 2 back then. Burned my ass. Woo, yeah. Is that when Bugles was the coach? Is that when Joe Bugle was the head coach of the Cardinals? Let's see here. Jimmy was let's see. No running back hitting 1,000 yards. We are a run heavy team. Well, I agree with that, Bradley. Let's see. Remember the Baltimore Colts? Do you remember the Baltimore Colts? No, I do not. I don't even think they have Mayflower trucks anymore. Do they have Mayflower? They probably do, but and they just took the whole team. Irsay moved him and his crack stash all the way out to the Midwest. Let's see here. If we beat the Bills, we should get respect from First Take and other shows. Can I ask y'all something? I want to ask you something because I'm glad Abel brought this up. Why do we care so damn much about what Stephen A. Smith says about this team? Teams who weren't really paying attention to our team, from people who weren't paying attention to our team from the jump. who pretty much just talk about the Dallas Cowboys and whatever team is up top right now. I don't really care. I wish they won't talk about us because they they ain't with us. I don't care. I'd rather read our local people and watch our local people talk about our guys because they're the SMEs, they're the subject matter experts. Hell, we are. We know what this team is. I don't give a damn what they think. I don't care if they it's the same thing with the power rankings. If them power rankings, who gives a damn about them things? I don't. You can put me at 32, and I know my team's not 32. You can put our team at 32. I don't care. What I want my team to do is go up there. I want to be like old Joe Gibbs, right? And it's like, well, yeah, gosh, they're a good team. They're a good team. I don't know. We're gonna give it the old best, the all shucks. And then you know what it used to, and then right in power, right in the kisser. That's what I like. I don't give a damn about what they think. Like, I know what I see with I like PFF, right? But sometimes we're going to disagree with PFF and saying like, well, maybe our guy played a little bit better. And it might be recency bias. That's fine. I don't give a damn about what they did. I just, because in time, they will come over. If we keep on putting the product out on the field and keep winning and stay clean, it's just like I said. Remember? Well, it's not really what I said. It's what George Jefferson said to Archie Bunker that time, right? Remember when I said the same thing about the new team name? And I want to see if I can find that for y'all because this would be a fun, teachable moment on that. Thank you for bringing this up, Abel, because you know I had to have something to rant about. Here we go. Remember?
That bartender's willing to work for me because if you got enough green in your pocket, then black becomes his favorite color.
Yeah, you heard me. You heard that, right? So if we got enough green, we got enough wins. Like I said, with Commanders, if we got enough wins in our pocket, then Commanders becomes everybody's new favorite name. If we got enough wins, if we establish enough credibility, they'll come. The hoes will come. First Take will come. They will come to us. I ain't worried about it. I don't care about that. Yeah, they can go play in traffic for all I care. They don't know us from a hole in the ground. Let's see. Y'all didn't got me. Thank you, Abel. I appreciate that. Bengals, Vikings, Pat, Chargers. Who should be in panic mode? Chargers, boy genius, most likely. Yeah, they got to beat Minnesota, which both they play Minnesota and the Chargers. Well, I think that might be one of my picks that I gave out for y'all. Back when TV didn't have color, right? Yeah, that's right. The Johnny Unitas, Mr. Cool. I salute to you, sir. The Johnny Unitas years. I hear you. Respect. I was very young, and I remember seeing the news on TV and the local newspaper. Come on now, yeah, I remember that. I remember that. You got to do a little bit better than that. I know you're older than me. Excuse me, not older, more seasoned. F all the. Thank you, Chris. I said you remember the Chicago Cardinals, so of course you remember that. Let's see. Yeah, and TV used to go off the air. Yeah, with the national anthem, right, Roger? Right. Let's see here. All they do is talk out there. Yeah, they don't talk it. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Stephen A. Smith is more worried about podcasting than anything. That's like Shay Sharp. I love Shannon Sharp. But Shannon Sharp, that's all he worried about is Club Shay Shay. That's all he worried about. Okay. Let's see. I care about how the media keeps talking about what's wrong with the teams we beat instead of what's right on our team. That's what bugs us. I hear you. I hear you. Um, I know. You know, my mom said this to me one day. I was joking with about a guy who's uh in the news, right? And he got arrested for DUI. So they were celebrating a going away party for one of these cats that was leaving, and everybody had champagne. And I'm looking back there, and I'm probably gonna give it away when I say that. I said, "Well, what's Leon got in his cup back there?" And my mom said, "Show that man some grace." And you know what? I'm gonna show them grace in that situation because they don't know what they like. I said they don't know what they're talking about. And it is what it is. Some of them know what they're talking about, but for the most part, they just get the front line clippings on wherever. That's why they always talk about the Cowboys and the Lakers all year long, and they forget that there are other sports out there, right? But for sure, yeah, I get that. The same reason actors and filmmakers care about Siskel and Ebert reviews. He's the biggest sports guy right now. But I'm with you, Mr. Cool. X Factor, Cam Curl covering tight end. Stephen A is high on how because people have told him to be high on him. Let's see here. The only thing they talk about us is the name and who our quarterback is. Yep. Made up. Oh God. Colin Coward. Ugh. 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 Let's see here. And these were a lot of people, a lot of the people were saying like nobody wanted Eric Bieniemy. Sam Howell. I'm gonna harp on this till the end of time. We had people in the local media said, well, Eric Bieniemy came here. Nobody wanted Eric Bieniemy. And Sam Howell's a 5th round pick. And if you think with a logical mind, you would be concerned too that Sam Howell is a 5th round pick, yada, yada, yada. And he took such a tumble. He had a good college career. There have been people with less of college careers than Sam Howell that have turned out excellent, that have turned out terrible. We don't know. It's all about the situation. It's all about location. It's the same reason why it's the same people who argue for Kirk Cousins didn't know about Sam Howell. It's the same. He's a great quarterback. He's this, he's that, and he's the third. Why don't you use that same energy with Hal? Right? Yeah. Gibbs was a wolf and sheep straight up killer. That's right. I love him. Remember when the Houston Oilers moved to Tennessee and changed the name to the I remember that. So many coaches from that era say he was the best too. Yeah, he was the GOAT. And I really don't care about the media because they don't do the research on teams. That's right. Burger Fly Guy OG, what's up, man? Networks have a narrative that brings viewers rather than the truth. Fantasy football made it worse, and it comes down to logic, to logical sports reporting. I don't pay attention to most. I don't either. And like the sports betting stuff has screwed it up too even more. But you still got to think with your head on that. Let's see here. The only good thing Ace Smith said about us this week is the comeback we made. And remember the Redskins? Hell. Let's see here. This game will be a good test for us. Can you imagine us beating the Bills, going 3-0 against the Sheagles? Yes. Yes, I can. That would be great. Which, I mean, the Eagles look like they showed a little bit of rust. I'm not going to say I wasn't impressed by them, but they were playing on Thursday night against Minnesota. And who the hell gave the Eagles? So this is a good plus. We catch the Eagles on a short week, but the Eagles get Thursday night and they don't play till Monday night. Who made that up? I hate the NFL schedules. I really do, man. Let's see here. Still, what's up, Steelers? And shout out to PIMP, another OG. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you stopping on by as always. 7 years and going. We're about to be 8 years next year. Blows my mind, man. Steeler Nation, Australia. I reckon you set up. Oh, you upset the Bills? Okay, that'd be awesome. Commanders grew on me, but I still hate the black unis. Freaking out. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the I'm not the Steelers, but I'm not a big fan of the black uniforms. I just think black uniform, all black is just overdone and it's nauseating. It's the same reason why I can't stand the fact that that's the one problem I just have with Ron Rivera. I told y'all this. I'm a nitpick. I like some of the black. I got a black hat downstairs with the W on it. I don't want it as my primary color, but it has become my favorite hat too. I ain't gonna lie. But our colors are burgundy and gold. This is like when I went, like I'm at work and our colors are red and gray, but they've added black and blue and to institutional and athletic colors and everything like that. I'm like, guys, what are we doing? Where's up at? Where's down at? I don't know. But sometimes you put too many hands in the pot and you come out with a whole bunch of crap. I'm not a big fan of black uniforms. I like the pants. The black pants aren't bad. They could have done something more with the uniform. I think the pants, we need a stripe on it, which also it looks like a lot of teams are going away from the stripes too. So anyway, the Bungles. Super Chef, what's up, man? From the kitchen. All right, I hear you cooking. Plus, we got another salad. Yeah. Y'all know anybody that wants to wants a ticket to the Bills game? Send them my way. I got a ticket. I got off. I remember when Steve Young played for Tampa Bay. I told you remember the Chicago Cardinals. Let's see here. They just paid Burrow all that money with no protection. That's how you get pregnant. Gonna blow up right in their face real quick. That's how you get pregnant. George Taylor can talk bad about my team anytime. Oh, big simple. Shame on you, sir. David Ruffin Leon. Let's see here. God, every damn show is like 5 minutes on each team, then 20 on the Cowboys. Every show. I hate it. Yeah, I mean, accident waiting to happen. Accident waiting to happen, yeah. And then what's surprising, I saw today that Adam Rank has us winning on Sunday versus Buffalo. Oh, God. Ugh. 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 Let's see here. Should we worry about Payne's injury? I'm nervous. We need him. I like to say I'm not worried about it until let me get to Friday, and then I'll tell you if I'm worried or not. I may make a video if I'm like, oh, I'm worried. But right now, I mean, he played in the rest of that game, so I don't think it might not be that bad, but maybe they're going with precaution. And be honest with you, dude's already in game shape. He don't need to go out there and practice, do nothing that would jeopardize him. That's a crazy schedule. You ain't lying. It's like our schedule later in the season where I'm thinking we put like 3 games over 14 days or something wild like that. Yeah, I don't really think we got. Is it really crazy? No. Let me see. Let's see. Commander schedule. I think we don't play anybody coming off a bye week, so that's good this year. I think we're the only team that has that. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, just that early stretch, Yam, which you kind of talk about at Philadelphia, home for the Bears on Thursday night. Then 10 days later, we play the Falcons on CBS again. So there you go. We play a lot of games on CBS. We don't play on Fox. We play on Fox against the Eagles next week, and we don't return to Fox until we host the Eagles on Sunday, October 29th. And then we get 4 games in a row on Fox. Then we're back on CBS. And then kind of mellows out towards the end of the season. There you go. Yeah. Same people who be giving my Cowboys the same schedule year in and year. Oh, stop that. Pain injury. They gonna be okay. Easy to fix the black. Make helmets matte. Like to break. Yes. Flip the letters in the numbers to burgundy. Okay. I don't like that dark on dark like that. As a broadcaster, as a low-level broadcaster myself, I don't like dark on dark because you can't see them, especially at night. I'm not a big fan of that. But I know you would have the outline there to make it pop a little bit, but I'm still not a big fan of it. Paul Bright, I agree with this. Our colors are burgundy and gold. We need to go back to the old school uniform. I'm cool going back to original burgundy and gold, not this red and yellow. When you go into a game, my brother, love to meet you. I don't know. I don't know. When my wife lets me. Maybe she might let me go around New Year's. I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe go to the San Francisco game. Don't know. But we got the kid coming and she's gonna be like extra pregnant during the holiday season. So because we'll be probably within single digit weeks of him coming. We got to see a full body. We did the anatomy scan yesterday and everything looked good. We saw his face. They confirmed that he was actually a boy. That's a funny story for a different day. And yeah, but no. So I don't know, man. I'd love to and appreciate you for the super chat too. Thank you so much. Let me see here. Who else we got? Maybe the Giants game. Maybe the second Giants game. Or maybe the Dolphins game. Maybe that game. I don't know. She want to go to the Dallas game at Texas. I didn't want to do that. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Appreciate you. Yeah, Tim Settle is in there because I think he forgot that he's in Buffalo. Might be 18 days. Yeah. It's wild. Let's see. Look at that burgundy with yellow on dark behind you. Okay. It's a green screen, but yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, like that. I got you. Okay. I miss our old. I miss the old spear and helmet. I like that. Let's see here. Let's see here. We have Giants and Cowboys after that 70-day straight. We're only 4 days apart. Yep. At home against the Giants and then versus Cowboys. You're right. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. First kid. Yep. And then Stamp, appreciate. Yeah, appreciate that. I always talk about him. I talk about him. He's oh gosh, it's funny. My wife can start feeling and move a little bit more. Hey man, I need to be a linebacker, running back, so Dad can retire in peace early. So yeah, we'd love to see that, but whatever he wants to do. So I appreciate that. So now, so we kind of talk and we belabor the point. We can win this game, and I haven't done this season yet, but Washington, I take this from Kevin Sheen. I strip it right from him. Washington wins if the Commanders win, because he's afraid to say Commanders. Commanders win if we get off to a fast start. We don't start slow. That means getting on the board, taking that first drive, like we did last week on that first drive against Denver, and punching it in. And getting eating up a lot of clock, keeping Josh Allen off the field, because for whatever reason, Josh Allen may be in regression or decline or whatever you want to call it, he's still good. And it might take him just a little bit of time to get back at it. And you don't think Josh Allen's getting motivated anymore when he's seeing Patrick Mahomes struggling? Joe Burrow can't stay on the field in the AFC, and it's making go. So that I mean, you got to keep him off the field. He's weapon X for them. And just play time possession. That 40 40.3 that 40 minutes that can't be. That needs to be for us this time around. Also, I need to have us keep Sam clean. No sacks. No unnecessary sacks. I mean, not even the sacks that you get when those loss of yards. I need Sam to get rid of the ball too, because that's part of his thing too, is that he doesn't get rid of the ball when he needs to. Yes, Paul, it is the Madden curse too as well. Commanders win if we are +2 in the turnovers compared to the Bills. Like if we have 40, there you go. Simple mathematics. I like it. And I think B-Rob, you got to give B-Rob that ball 20 times. Let him go over 100 yards. Because we've seen him when he's on, he can stir the drink for this team. I think we saw it when they were trying to get him to go against Chicago in his return back. He kind of ran the bell force there. We've seen him in spots before. You got to feed him. Feed him those 20 times. And also you need to get an old boy in active in the pass game. That's both him and Antonio Gibson. Got to get those two going. And that screen game. And who's going to be your tight end? What tight end's going to step up? Is it going to be Cole Turner? Is it going to be John Bates? Those two cats are going to have to step up. And I guess you would get Curtis Hodges to come up. Tight end is a young quarterback's best friend. So you got to get those cats active on there. I'm not going to give a score prediction, but I think our guys will win. Let's see, 31-17 Commanders. And then B-Rob, excellent back, good vision, better vision than Gibby, right, Will? And then Yam says 27-24, good guys. I hope Frost 40 Below is here, so we'll take a look and see what I did last week on the picks, as I'm going to give y'all 3 this week. I ain't going to give you as many as I did last week, because I don't like a lot of these games. And let's see, I had Philadelphia -6 against Minnesota, and that game ended 6. That's a push, but I mean, I still should get that as a win. We'll count that as a win. Some people might count it as a tie. You should get your money back in that respect. I had the Cowboys I had the Jets plus the 9 and a hook against Dallas. Dallas won that 30-10, so they screwed me in that respect. The over in the San Francisco LA game, which that ended 30-23, which if you had the Rams plus number, Sean Payton kind of helps you out there. A little crooked right there. We hit that one, the over at 45. And then also we had -6 for the Giants, who were losing to the Arizona Cardinals. We lost that one. But we had Pittsburgh plus the number. They won that game. And then we had the Titans +3 against the Chargers at home. We hit that. So we'll say we went 4-2. Air Raider says, kick the Bills ass Sunday. I like it. Jay Martell, what's up? He says 26-20. So my 3 games, I usually say this is a 6-pack, but I'm trying to get smarter with this so we can actually win some money, and just not because of the calling it the 6-pack. But I had my book here, but I lost it. So we will go. I have the Minnesota and Chargers game over 54 points combined. I like that number. I like it over the 54 there in that game. Also, I like it was the Saints. The Saints +2 against the Packers in Green Bay. I like the Saints defense. I know they're playing on a short week, but I like that defense +2 for them to win in Green Bay's home opener. It's kind of weird to say that though. And there's a lot of double-digit games as well too. I still like the Titans. I like the Titans +3.5 right now with CBS. I trust the handicapper I know, so um I like them. Also, Pittsburgh. Oh, here's another one. I didn't know this one. On Sunday night, Pittsburgh is at Vegas. Vegas is 2.5-point favorites on this one. I'd have to look at it and see where the money's going, but I would take Pittsburgh plus the number there. So there you go. I'll give you 4 right there, as it will be. I give you Pittsburgh plus 2.5 over in the Minnesota game, and who else I get? Tennessee plus the 3.5, and the Saints +2 in that one. So shout out, and then don't forget tomorrow I'll have all my game picks. We went 12-4 on the game. You agree with me on all? Yes, Frost. That means I got to change my stuff here. So we got to keep track of this now. So I went 4-2 last week on this. So let's write this down so we can do it later. So Minnesota and LAC over 54. NO +2 hook at GB. Tennessee +3.5 at Cleveland, and then Pittsburgh was that +2? That's it. +2 at Vegas. Okay, there we go. Good. Car's a scrub, but they got a good defense, and he just needs to do enough there. That over in our game is weird. I wouldn't touch our game. I'm gonna take the Commanders to win in that, but I wouldn't touch our game with a 10-foot pole. It's a lot of stinkiness can go on. That would burn me like the Bills burned me last week with the Raiders. I had the Raiders +7.5 because I was like, oh well, maybe you know what, the Raiders can be a little bit functional. They were functional for a quarter. Then the whole bottom fell out. It was like this is how bad it was. What the Raiders did with that +7 and a hook was like the bottom fell out like it was Janet Jackson at halftime at the Super Bowl. I'm old enough to remember that. So yeah, I ain't gonna touch that one. But gotta keep contained on the Bills. 43 and yeah, I don't like that. No, I don't, because it feels like that could be a game that goes over. Our game does, but then I could also see us going. I feel like it go under. I don't like that. I don't like that 6. I gotta see what the public is doing on there, but my what's the name app is off right now. So I mean, if the public was hammering one side, I'd probably go on the opposite side. Bruce says +6.5 for the Commanders. Did they ever find that bus Justin threw Janet under? Oh God, yeah, it was in the episode of Good Times, I think. Don't think so. Because nothing. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that one either. I wouldn't touch that. There's no value in that game. No value. But I feel like the public would be hammering the 49ers. I do. I feel like they would be all over the 49ers. So, yeah, I wouldn't touch that one either. Not going to touch it. Oh, Lord. The Prisco's got the Jets keeping the Pats winless. We live in a world where the Patriots are staring 0-3 in the face, and we're staring 3-0 in the face. Interesting. What's more likely to happen? Don't know. 49ers should bite him. They should. They should. But it's Thursday night. And Thursday night's weird. Weird things happen on Thursday night. Over. I go over on that, Abel. Cam Akers to the Vikings. Yeah, saw that. They need a running back. I don't know. They were like neglected the running back spot like a certain team in Washington neglects the offensive line spot. That ain't good. But yeah, don't forget, y'all. Join me. I'll be here by 12:45 on Sunday. We'll talk about the inactives and everything, and then we'll go into the live stream for the Bills Commanders 1:00. Come back here. Tell your mom and dad and them about it. They might like it. Tell people to subscribe to us. Because we're trying to get to 3,300. Trying to get to 3,300 hopefully by the end of the month. Maybe we can do that. I don't know. And maybe check out some shorts that I might be putting out here soon too. So yeah, let's go. What's up with Cam Akers thing with the Rams? They shipped him off. Why they ship him off? You think Watson is washed? Or he the reason why the Browns offense hasn't improved yet? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting too. We talk about him being washed. Kevin Stefanski, ever since they went to the playoffs and they beat the Steelers, that team has declined every year, record-wise, since he's taken over as the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. So it could be a combination thing. I mean, it was a bad deal from the jump anyway. For Cleveland, like they thought they were on the cusp of a Super Bowl, and they might be going back to the toilet. But I don't know, man. And the Rams play the Rams on Monday night. Yep, the Bengals do. And your boy got that Puka Nacua or whatever his name is from he had him in his fantasy league, and he left him on the bench. So there you go. Be stupid like Corey, and don't go back and look at your rosters. So yeah, it is what it is, y'all. But I appreciate you. Shout out to PIMP for the super chat. Really appreciate that, brother. I appreciate all of y'all coming through, hanging out with me tonight as we get ready for the Buffalo Bills and the Washington Commanders 1:00 on CBS and and we'll be here with the play-by-play and all that fun stuff. We may even have a guest. Still working to see if Mr. Pauly will be able to grace us with his presence. Should know that by Saturday. But till next time, y'all. And don't forget to check out the HTTC podcast with Freddie Hamm and Parker Hamlett. And then I do my keys to a game. So yeah, gotta get takeout. I heard that, Mr. Cool. Yes, sir. So make sure you check that out. That's all in the description links as well. And till the next time, Sanchez 405, we keep that same damn energy. And we outlasted one bastard. We outlasted two bastards. Can we outlast the third in a row to go to 3-0? We'll find out. But I love you guys. Appreciate it. Till next time, Sanchez 405 again. Love, peace, hell. And I is out. Somebody please get my damn theme music. Let's see if it works. Here it is right here. I'm right here.